wanna be down with the king.
It's the Sports Kings. Sports Kings. Big Mike.
He might fall off the wagon in the next 10 minutes.
Rob Calloway.
It's about bringing talent. It's not about all the flash and glitz and glam.
Not your average sports talk show. The Sports Kings.
This is NFL legend, Work Done.
This your boy D. Howard, a.k.a. Superman.
I'm Jerome Bettis, the bus.
It's Cam Newton. Holla at your boy, already.
This is Hank Aaron, and I'm down with the king.
Tell a friend, Kings is back.
The Kings are back for hour number 2 on this Monday. Big Mike, Rob Calloway here with you. This is the Sports Kings podcast, being heard via Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker.com. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. We're going on about a month strong here now. Tomorrow makes the end of our first month podcasting. It's been a relatively successful one, so we want to make sure we thank everyone who's listened and downloaded and streamed and spread the word about what we got going on here. Hopefully next month be a much bigger and better endeavor for the Kings. Last hour, spent the majority of last hour or the entire last hour basically talking about what's going on in the world of the NCAA. Well, I guess no, because we started out talking about the Final Four, and we let you guys know about the All-American team and the Religious Freedom Restoration Act that's been passed in Indiana. That's not really an NCAA issue in totality. It's, if you want to look at it as a sports in a sports vacuum, it goes across all sports. You know what I mean? Basketball, baseball, football, the NCAA, everyone who does any business within the state of Indiana, sports-wise, I mean. So that, in a nutshell, was last hour. In this hour, I still got this. Still got some NBA stuff we want to get to, just minor stuff, because we're about 2 weeks away from the playoffs. The teams that can are kind of gearing down a little bit and getting themselves ready to try to be healthy going into the postseason. So we'll talk about that, and we'll start this hour in the land of the NFL. Some of the big news today: the Cleveland Browns, as well as the Atlanta Falcons, received their, I guess, punishments. The Cleveland Browns for their GM, Ray Farmer, texting during a game from the box to the sideline, which is, no. He received a 4-game suspension that is to begin at the beginning of the season. The team received a $250,000 fine. No draft picks were taken in this instance. Now the Atlanta Falcons were their punishment was for, over the last 2 years, piping artificial sound, crowd noise during the game. And I heard somebody, I think I read something somewhere, or sometimes I read these articles, and at the bottom, you have the comments, and you read the comments, or whatever, and it's like, that was stupid. The Falcons were in the top 10 in attendance both years. Well, again, what did I say on Friday? I blame the fans. If you got that many people in the building and somebody still feel like they need to pump up the crowd noise, blame yourself, fans. This draft pick, they lost a 5th-round draft pick in 2016, $350,000 in cash, which Arthur Blank already been complaining about, his cash shortage with this new stadium he's trying to build. So for anyone to think, well, it's just $350,000 for Arthur Blank. Nah, Arthur's trying to put his money in something.
He's counting all his money.
Right. He's trying to put his money into that stadium because
he's counting every single dollar, dude. Like this dude. Like, I don't know, how much people are paying attention to the whole stadium thing, but it's like, dude, Arthur Blank have been trying to get, folks to kick in, the chip in. Like, he's trying to get the city, trying to get the city council to, to agree to chip in more, because, now that the stadium is actually under construction, they found themselves in a situation where now it's something like $30-40 million more than he had anticipated. Yeah. So he's counting every dollar.
Yeah. Also, President Rich McKay has been suspended from the competition committee. So that is what As far
Isn't he
as
the president of the other committee?
he's a chairman. He's the chairman of the competition committee, so he's been suspended from those duties. He'll be able to continue on with his duties as president of the Atlanta Falcons. Now tell me, see, this is the problem. This is why I don't like having these conversations off the air, because most of the time I forget, but this time I haven't forgot. Tell the people what you said to me off the air regarding this.
I wonder who okayed the piping of the noise.
Right.
Because it's one of those things like Rich McKay said. He knew absolutely nothing about it.
They wouldn't.
But he was, take it on his end. He would take responsibility. Also, Blake came out and said that when it initially came out that he knew about it and he was ashamed of it and embarrassed with his words. And I was just, I'm just kind of curious, did somebody sit down and have that agreement, or was this like the dude that put the needles in the ball and the wing, during the playoffs, to let the air out the ball? Like, what?
Nah.
Was this just?
What if I told you I knew who it was? What if I told you I knew who it was?
Well, I'm just saying.
Would you believe I know who it is? Who did it?
Do you?
Yeah.
Who?
It was Roddy White.
Roddy White.
Yep, it was Roddy White. You don't believe me, do you?
Roddy White told him to pipe the noise.
Roddy White did it. He did it. You don't believe me, do you?
How did he do it?
Huh?
No.
What you mean? He pumped the.
How did he do it?
He put the whatever, I don't know, whatever the knob is or whatever the CDJs are or whatever they got the crowd noise on. He put it on and turned it up.
So he turned the speakers on, basically. That's what he did.
Whatever, whoever, yeah, whatever you gotta do to make noise come out of stuff in the stadium, Roddy White made it happen. He did it.
Really?
Yes.
So,
okay. I see where the confusion is. You think I'm talking about number 84?
Yeah.
No. See, that's where the confusion comes in. No. No. The guy's name was Roddy White, who actually controls the sound at the stadium. He has since obviously been fired. He's been dismissed from his duties. But yeah, okay, I see where the confusion might have come in at.
It was very, very confusing because I didn't hear that. So when you talk about Roddy, I'm like,
yeah, I see where that could be a problem. Yeah, two dudes, the same name. Yeah. But yeah, Roddy White did it. You heard it here first.
You know what I'm about to say? Just put it on the black man. just put it on the black man. And he turned up the noise.
Well, what's the chances of two dudes named being Roddy White and both of them not being black? Let's just say that. I don't know what this dude looks like, but
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
but how about these are the two worst years that the Falcons have had in the last 7 years.
Yeah.
And you get found guilty of something like this, and you're still losing.
Yeah, blame yourself, Falcons fans. Blame yourself.
It worked. It was all for naught, man. All for naught.
Here's something that's kind of come full circle. Rob kind of had this this diatribe the other day.
I knew it.
Huh?
I knew you were going to do this.
Yeah, he kind of had this diatribe about former Atlanta Falcons quarterbacks coming back and playing here. Well, it may happen. There's been some interest shown. Not in the guy that some of you ninjas would think it would be, but in the form of Matt Schaub. The Atlanta Falcons have shown a little interest. The Jets, and I forget who the other team was, have shown a little.
He's supposed to be working on Baltimore. He's working out in Baltimore.
Yes.
Wednesday.
So they've shown a little interest in old Schaub coming back to the A. It's problem over the last 2 years. Like, dude, you just can't keep throwing the ball to the other team. And then, two, when you throw it to the other team, they can't keep scoring. It's like every time he throws a pick, it's a pick six.
Oh, he's accurate. He's accurate now for the other team.
So that whole thing is happening. I heard Vic Beasley was supposed to be working out with the Falcons today. I didn't read anything about any results or anything that came from that. I did read an article the other day about Dan Quinn's perfect pass rusher, and Vic Beasley fits the mold. A guy who can either put his hand on the ground or stand up. Very versatile, athletic dude. So he fits that mold that Dan Quinn is looking for. But I guess it'll be tomorrow before we're able to give you guys any type of update on how the workout went. I'm only assuming from what he's done in his first two, his pro day and his his combine that, well, it was probably awesome again. But we'll give you a more definite analysis tomorrow once we get some news from either our guy like Vaughn McClure or D'Orlando Ledbetter. One of those two guys will have something for us, and they may already. But I don't feel like stopping right now to look through my Twitter feed or whatever, because we are kind of doing something right now a little bit. What else has happened? Oh, this whole thing, and we didn't really talk about it. We mentioned it kind of like rapid fire, but Bill Belichick, his proposal to add cameras to the pylons as well as down the sidelines to make those plays, those out of bounds or breaking the plane of the end zone, more clear. Initially, the owners were like, "Nope, we ain't got the cash for it." And again, I made the equivalent, like, what's too expensive for Warren Buffett? Like,
Yeah, I heard they told Belichick, we heard you had your own camera.
Well, that too. Apparently, there's mixed reports that he threw like a little tantrum.
He did, yeah, that's what I heard.
And
because they shot it down.
Ed Werders, I think it was Ed or either Mort, was like, no, it didn't happen. He talked to. Oh no, I think it was Mike Florio. Excuse me, Mike Florio said he talked to people just independently off the record, unsolicited, that said, no, it didn't happen that way. So, Florio's kind of like, Schefter's a liar. Basically, that's the way I took it. He didn't say that way, but, if you say...
Well, I mean, pitching the fit for the evil geniuses, putting the hoodie on and just putting his hands in the pipe.
They said it was F-bombs flying everywhere. That was the Adam Schefter report initially. F-bombs, and, yeah, it was going in. He used the word embarrassing. So, well... There's that. And the extra point situation, we really didn't discuss this, but it comes down to me very plain and simple. They're advertising dollars in play here. And the last thing the NFL wants to do is have a portion of their game where, just because think about what happens. The team scores, they go
commercial break.
Right. Kick the extra point. Then you got the kickoff, which 9 times out of 10 is going to be through the end zone. So you got a block of time there that you can go get up and do whatever you want to do. Meanwhile, they running commercials. So The NFL, being the business it is, got to figure out a way to make this play in between plays, this untimed play, interesting enough that the people who pay attention or who's supposed to be paying attention to the advertising will sit the hell down and watch them. Because obviously it's important. So, they have different proposals. Moving it to the 1 yard line is one proposal so that it'll entice people to go for 2 more often. They tried last year during the preseason, if you guys remember, moving it to the 15 yard line, which dropped the percentage down from something where like 99 point something to 94 point something in that small sample size. Jim Irsay, drunk ass Jim, had the proposal for a 9-point play where you get the 7. And then you can get 2 from kicking it from 50 yards or some ridiculousness that he came up
with. With 9 points.
Right.
Yeah, well, you end up with 9. Yeah.
But he's a guy who loves to drink, so there's that.
It sounded good when he was on that crown. It sounded real good when he was on that crown.
Well, yeah, that dude, he popping pills. And what I love? I love the fact that people in my house know what's going on up here right now, and they decide they want to print stuff on the printer. That's what I love. Yeah.
I can't hear it. So
well, I can, and I'm looking at it, so it bothers me. Our guy, Famous Jameis, has his pro day tomorrow, which again, like the Vic Beasley thing, it's like what's gonna happen that hadn't already happened. Like he showed out at the combine. Tomorrow's his pro day. He's already gone down and met with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They seem to be relatively impressed. I
think he's supposed to be meeting the Titans too, Wednesday or Thursday as well.
Yeah, this whole James, and I've been on this for a minute. This whole Jameis Winston thing is so uncomfortable still to me, because I think about the things that he's actually done, right? And maybe it's because I kind of internalize it a little bit.
The good things, right?
No. Just period. Period. The things.
Okay.
Period. All across the board. The things that people are deeming red flags. And I maybe it's because I'm internalizing it, but the whole crab legs thing, if anybody thinks